Alright. So, let's go ahead and get into this. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Dragon Core Video Studios, aka Dragon Awesome 222, or Dragon's Band of Merry Misfits, whatever you want to call me. And welcome to the new podcast. Last time we talked about Mortal Kombat, went over the history behind Mortal Kombat, my experiences with it, and where I've seen the game go in the past couple years. So, first off, when we're talking about gaming, we're going to be talking about how I got into gaming and how long I have been gaming. I got into gaming at the rightful age of 3 years old. I was introduced to the PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, GameCube, and PlayStation 2. I played on the PlayStation 1, and the SNES, as well as the N64 at first. I played those because my dad and them had them, and I played games like Super Mario 64, WrestleMania, and then Harry Potter for the PS1, which was very poorly designed, but it was still a great staple for video games at the time. I then grew older and played more of the SNES, and then finally I ended up getting a PlayStation 2, GameCube, then a PlayStation 2. And my first game for that was Dragon Ball Z Budokai. And that was a great game. Like, the graphics were horrible. Still, it looked really good for the time. But if you compare it to games now, it's not the same as whenever you would play it back then. Or, let's see. I also had Jimmy Neutron, Attack of the... what was the name of the little creatures? I think it was Twonkies. Or something like that. It was something like that. Nickelodeon United, as well as a slew of other stuff. And from there on, I played a lot of games. I played Grand Theft Auto. I played all of them at a young age until I was old enough to actually play it. Wasn't supposed to, but it's not like it truly mattered. At least not at the time. I had the Cars video game for PSP. I had all the Dragon Ball fighting games. I loved it. All the Harry Potter movie games. All the Halos. Minecraft. The Walking Dead Telltale. All the CODs. Dude, gaming in the past 23 years of my life has been insane. Of course, like I said, Mortal Kombat. I'm not a big Street Fighter player, but honestly, seeing other people play Street Fighter is pretty legit. My best friend and roommate Jacob, he plays a lot of Street Fighter, and there's a lot of dynamics in that game that are just really nice. Especially in the newer one, you know what I mean? They have the whole art finishes or the art specials and stuff like that. It's really cool. And I think that they hit it on the money with that. That's drawing a lot of people in. And with the modern and classic controls, just makes it even better in any case. So, besides that, we're talking let's see. What's a really good game from one of the many consoles I've had or played? I never owned it. I played it on an emulator just recently, and it was hilarious. It's Conker's Bad Fur Day. It was on Xbox as well as N64, and that's the only consoles it was ever on. And it's a fucking phenomenal game just because it's so hilarious. Um, and then there's stuff like Getaway, which was a PS2 game that's about you trying to find your son. You know, it's a mafia type deal. It's cool. It's cool. I love stuff like that. Um, and then, like I mentioned in the Telltale game series, I'm a big story guy. So, like, if a game has a good story, I'll definitely play it. Like, there's not a chance I wouldn't. Video games actually help me deal with my stress and my depression. So, going into a world like that, it helps you escape your Monday life. Like, you can sit in a video game for hours and just enjoy yourself. It's something a lot of people do to pass the time and pass it nicely, if you know what I mean. Shoot, and by the way, guys, if you like stuff like this, I'm trying to get my friends to join me. That way, it can be a bigger podcast and then last longer. But yeah, no, it's just like VR games too. VR, that's insane on its own. Like, we can fully immerse ourselves as if we are actually in the world, which is crazy enough to think about. Pokemon was one of my favorites. I played it since I was about 5 on the original Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy SP, DS, DSi, 3DS, Switch, you name it. It's just, I played them all pretty much. Even the stupid little trading card game that came on the Game Boy. Like, it's something that's amazing to me that they made so many great games over the years. And it's only going to grow, over time. The only thing I don't like, which a lot of people gripe about, is the cryptocurrencies. Buying battle passes or buying skins or stuff like that. Like, it's not like it was when me, my roommate, my best friend, my girlfriend. It's not like when we were all younger where you just had the base game and you unlocked everything with currency in the game. And you didn't have to spend actual real life money for it. It doesn't make sense to me on why we have to do that. I mean, I know it helps the developers and the marketing schemes of everything. It's just it's not cool, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not something I like doing, and when I have to do it, it's even more annoying. Um, so I'm gonna go over the game consoles I've owned over the years, and maybe you guys can relate with that. Maybe you can't. Like I said, I started off with the Game Boy, or no, not Game Boy, GameCube, PlayStation 2, uh, PSP, DS, original DS, DS Lite, PSP, original Xbox, Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, Switch, SNES. I own a PC now. I've owned a lot of gaming consoles in my day, and being someone that has been a, quote unquote gamer since 3 years old, I love the community that is the gaming community. Like, every year we always look for the next release of a video game. We look for the next release of a console. We bash it if we don't like it, or we fucking praise it to the high heavens. Like me, I'm more of a PlayStation guy. You know, I don't do that whole PlayStation versus Xbox, but like, I've been into PlayStation since I was 3. My stepbrother, he was more into Xbox, that's fine. But like, I am hyped to get the PS5 or the PS5 Slim. Because I've had my PS4 since it came out. Like, I've never bought another console except my Switch, which I already had to go and sell. Because I don't like the Switch Lite. I mean, I would like it to be portable, and I'd also like to dock it to a TV. It's a nuisance when you're just having it in your hand 24/7, to me. So, that being said, you know, I have my critiques, just like anyone else. And speaking of gaming, you know, if you want, go hit up my gaming channel, which is Dragon Awesome 222. I post videos somewhat frequently. I'm trying to get back into recording. I'm about to be in the process of moving in 3 months, so that's going to shorten my time to record and post. But on a, you know, relatively good note, it's just going to mean I'm going to have more time to do everything. Plus, I'm moving in with my girlfriend of almost a year. We make a year on Thanksgiving this year, and it's going to be Thanksgiving every year afterwards. It's amazing. I met this beautiful, amazing person, and she's changed my life for the better. And that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to pursue my relationship with her because I truly care about and love her. And, you know, I don't like rambling about stuff like this. I don't usually just talk about it openly, but it's good to. But, you know, and even if no one watches this whenever I'm recording, like right now, I'm actually streaming this. That's okay. That's fine. Those that watch in the future, just, if you want, keep on watching. Tell your friends. You want to join the podcast, hit me up. I'm always down to have conversations. I'm always down to have talks like this. But as for right now, like I told you guys in the last podcast, you know, I'm keeping it short and sweet just to start us off, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to end up ending this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you enjoyed this and listening in to me talk about everything, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, Twitter's links, everything, my channel details, and description. And I'll see you guys in the next Flamecast.